English speaking course.
Hey there, sunshine. Welcome back to another podcast and chill episode. I'm Leo, your friendly neighborhood jokester.
And I'm Gwen.
Today, we're going to talk about something we all experience but might not think much about, the weather forecast.
In my opinion, the weather forecast is like a fortune teller that is only accurate 50% of the time.
Well, it's based on science, not fortune-telling, Leo. Meteorologists use complex models to predict the weather.
Models, huh? Do they walk down a catwalk showing off the latest in rainy fashion?
Not quite, Leo. These models are computer programs that analyze data to predict weather patterns.
So no dramatic wind machine or fancy umbrellas then?
No, but they do have satellites, radars, and weather balloons.
Balloons. Now that's a party I'd like to attend.
The only thing popping at this party would be your misconceptions about weather forecasting, Leo.
Fair enough. So how do these magical balloons help?
They measure temperature, humidity, and pressure as they ascend through the atmosphere, providing valuable data for those computer models.
Got it? So they're like undercover agents in the sky.
I suppose you could say that.
Gwen, a joke just came to me. Do you know what does a cloud wear under its raincoat?
Oh dear, here we go. I don't know, Leo. What?
Thunderwear.
Actually, not bad. Well, in that case, Leo, what do you call a grumpy rain cloud?
I'm on the edge of my seat, Gwen.
A little under the weather?
Well, so Gwen, what's the deal with the percentages? Like when they say there's a 50% chance of rain?
Leo, did you just breeze past my joke without a chuckle?
No. It was a good one, I promise. I'm just switching gears to the probability of predictions in weather forecasting.
Okay. To answer your question, that means that out of all the times with similar weather conditions, it rained 50% of the time. It's a probability.
So when I say there's a 50% chance I'll share my chocolate with you, it's pretty much the same thing.
Your generosity is as unpredictable as the weather, Leo. Meteorologists, meaning scientists who study the weather and the atmosphere to forecast weather conditions. Example, the meteorologists at the weather station work hard to provide accurate forecasts. Analyze, meaning to examine something in detail in order to understand it better or to draw conclusions from it. Example, researchers analyze data from experiments to reach new scientific conclusions. Atmosphere, meaning the layer of gases surrounding the Earth, which we experience as air. Example, the atmosphere protects us from harmful solar radiation and is vital for life on Earth. Ascend, meaning to go up or climb to a higher position. Example, the hikers watch the balloons ascend into the early morning sky. Under cover, meaning involving secret work within a community or organization, especially for the purposes of police or espionage. Example, the undercover detective infiltrated the gang to gather intelligence on their operations.
What is the main purpose of weather balloons according to the conversation between Gwen and Leo? The main purpose of weather balloons, as discussed by Gwen, is to measure temperature, humidity, and pressure as they rise through the atmosphere. This information provides valuable data for computer models that meteorologists use to predict weather patterns. How does Leo humorously misinterpret the term models when Gwen mentions it in relation to weather forecasting? Leo humorously misinterprets the term models by jokingly asking if they walk down a catwalk showing off the latest in rainy fashion, whereas Gwen was actually referring to computer programs that analyze data to predict weather patterns.
Now, let's help our listeners understand some common weather terms.
Fire away, Professor Gwen.
First up, partly cloudy versus mostly sunny. They sound different but are actually quite similar. It means the sky is covered by clouds for less than half of the time.
I prefer mostly sunny. It's like saying my glass is half full of sunshine.
Always the optimist. Then there's chance of precipitations, which means there's a possibility of rain, snow, sleet, or hail.
Basically, it's a weather grab bag. You never know what you're gonna get.
Precisely. And scattered showers means short bursts of rain will hit different areas at different times.
Scattered like my thoughts on a Monday morning.
Yes, and let's not forget breezy, which means a light to moderate wind, not the name of a new pop star.
Oh, I thought Breezy was the new hit singer with that song, Blowin' in the Wind.
That's Bob Dylan, Leo.
Right. Anyway, folks, let's talk about how weather forecasts are the only place where being wrong is actually part of the job description.
Makes sense, Leo. It's like they have a license to mislead. Imagine if I told you there's a 50% chance I'll bake you cookies and then never did. I'd be in trouble.
Oh, you'd owe me cookies for a year, Gwen. But when the weather person says 50% chance of rain and it doesn't, it's just another day.
Well, it's all about the art of prediction. Sometimes it's spot on. Other times, it's like throwing darts blindfolded.
And that's why I always carry sunglasses and an umbrella, so no matter what, I'm prepared.
That's one way to look at it. Whether it's rain or shine, the forecast is a good reminder that life is full of surprises.
And that, my friends, is why you should always dress in layers. Because the only thing predictable about the weather is its unpredictability.
Join us next time for more laughs and learning. Stay curious and keep your head in the clouds, metaphorically speaking.
And remember, it's better to be dry and surprised than wet and wise.
Until next time, keep laughing through the rain and dancing in the sunshine. Thunderwear, meaning a humorous, made-up word that plays on the word underwear, suggesting what a cloud might wear under its clothing, combining it with thunder, a common weather phenomenon associated with clouds. Example, when Leo asked what a cloud wears under its raincoat, he amusingly answered, "Thunderwear?" Probability, meaning a measure of how likely it is that something will happen. Example, Gwen explained the concept of probability in weather forecasts, meaning if there's a 50% chance of rain, then in similar conditions, it has rained half the time in the past. Optimist, meaning a person who tends to be hopeful and confident about the future or the success of something. Example, Leo showed his optimist side when he preferred to describe the weather as mostly sunny instead of partly cloudy. Precipitation, meaning any form of water, liquid, or solid that falls from the atmosphere and reaches the ground, including rain, snow, sleet, and hail. Example, Gwen mentioned chance of precipitations to describe the possibility of any kind of moisture falling from the sky, like rain or snow. Breezy, meaning describing weather with a mild to moderate wind. Example, Gwen clarified that breezy refers to weather with light to moderate wind, not to be confused with a pop star's name as Leo humorously suggested.
What is the joke Leo makes about what a cloud wears under its raincoat? Leo jokes that a cloud wears thunderwear under its raincoat, playing on the sound similarity between thunder and underwear. How does Gwen describe the meaning of a 50% chance of rain in terms of probability? Gwen explains that a 50% chance of rain means that in past situations with similar weather conditions, it rained half the time. This indicates that there is a probability based on historical data that it might rain.